Hey, quick video. This is your guy LB. Just woke up in the morning. It's early. I just want to make a quick one. Get in, get out. Something that so yesterday. Let's see if I can move through this video as fast as I can because I really don't want to take up too much time. So yesterday I went over to the other house, got some work done. My cousin showed up, told me what was wrong with my car, did his whole talk so he could get some, I mean, he's helping me out. Let's be honest. I just wish people would more just shoot straight, but he's okay. And so he's going to fix up my truck. That's awesome. I think today he's going to be coming by to pick it up. I gave him some money to buy all the parts, and we'll see how that all goes. So that was yesterday. Also went by and saw my aunt, my great aunt, which would be my daughter's great great aunt, which is so cool because that's like a couple of generations. And we spent time talking. I also saw another teacher that used to be at, well, she's still there. She does driver's ed. But when I was there as a kid, so she was at the same school that I went up to in high school. So she was there also with my great great aunt, and we were all just having a good old conversation, just chatting, talking about diets. And it was really fascinating because I have my great aunt who's telling me, she's like, every morning I have me a bowl of Cheerios. You get 70% of your iron in those Cheerios. And I mean, it's fascinating to hear exactly what her experiences are. And she says, I have that with a bowl of blueberries and I am just in heaven. And I just love hearing it. Now, she has some cancer and she's going through radiation, but she looks amazing. She's still got all of her hair. She's still got her vibrance, her energy, her vitality. And it's just comforting to see that my aunt is in her state the way she is. So that was a blessing. And then something I've been researching a little bit today. Well, not really researching, but I came across a video where there's this individual talking about, he's kind of reporting on this other person who was on a carnivore diet and ended up having a stroke. And then they recommended for her to get off of that. Oh, what is that? Oh, something's on my leg. Jeez Louise. What is going on here? Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, I do have a bug here. But I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is. I'm already having one of those fascinating days. At least place I found a bug. Most of the time, like, I'm always looking like, what is on me? But there's nothing ever there, so. Alright, back to it. I like entertainment, don't you? So, what was that? Oh, yeah, so the lady had her arteries blocked. I had something similar whenever I was on this traditional, I wasn't completely strict, but I could tell like things were just going well, like saturated fat and everything else. But I kept pushing forward because you learn what you learn being an internet researcher, or let's say a YouTube researcher. And anyways, this vegan guy is kind of beating her up for her decisions, and I can't argue. I mean, you got to be careful about this, but it's going to lead me to this point after I discuss what happened to her. So she had the stroke. She recognized it was a stroke. She works out like 5 times a day, which is ridiculous. This is a lot of work on the body. And if anybody, like one of the things that Carnivore MD Paul Saladino recognized was that his heightened level of activity, which could echo what this lady was doing too. He recognized that the more active he was, he always had to suffer and deal with these cramping issues. And he recognized that whenever he would take in carbs, but particularly fruit and honey, those issues would subside. He also recognized he was having electrolyte balance issues, whereas just was constantly having to take an electrolyte to keep his system going. And after some time, after recognizing that he was doing this honey or doing the fruit, his carb level went up, his electrolyte requirements went down. So there's a lot of this fascination of things that happen, and he's been like a big proponent now back of sugar, and this is just very confusing for a lot of dieters like me or others that are trying to find a good thing, a good balance for their body. Well, I've learned to settle in on this notion that the probiotic, the gut biome is starting to become the most important function. And then I'm watching also Vegetable Police, which he is always all over the map. He's really hard to take any of his advice. He's there for entertainment, but I still watch his stuff. And even he spent time with Mark Rotherscroll or Rothers whatever. But Mark is somebody I saw like 10 years ago, and whenever he was following this guy that only ate one meal a day, or I think it was his name was Amin Ra. He had like the Amin Ra diet. So this guy Mark has traveled around the world, examined all these different diets, come back, and here's what he does nowadays. So this is the difference. This is like all back in the past. Now what's going on now? So he believes in eating everything at once. He says, well, why did you hold back on eating fruit with other things, like with fats? He says whenever you do food combining or something's off with your food combining, you have to do a food combination chart. It's because you're not doing something correct with, like you maybe have low stomach acid. Now, I want you to think about that. Why is he saying that? He says in fruit, that fruit also has fat in it. And he says if you eat something like a fruit like a Dura or Duran or Dora, whatever it is, that fruit, you would be screwed because I think it's 50% fat, 50% fruit. So there's like a lot of these like they're paradoxical situations that are happening, and people are trying to be too rigid with their lives. And this gets me to the point of why I believe somebody's having trouble with a carnivore diet, somebody has trouble with a vegan diet. It's because of the rigidity of their experience. Again, we don't understand how we need to take us as individuals and not necessarily pair us up with the rest of the masses. And we can't just have this universal response that because Susie over here could eat just the carnivore diet and have success, and that Beth over here has the vegan diet and she can eat all that and have success. But Bob over here, he tries either one of them and he's screwed. So, and it may be that at different times of this person's consumption, they're having different issues. So maybe they went too far on one side and they had to kind of autocorrect. And maybe they went too far on that side and they had to autocorrect. Or, and those are the things that I feel like are what's at play. And so, in the meantime, once you kind of get yourself kind of in the right kind of balance, you got to figure out what you're going to do to start growing and feeding this gut biome, which is the bacteria that's going to be helping everyone to function. I mean, they control so much, and they're already expressing these these short chain fatty acids. So these are the things that I think nobody's ever really discussing or talking about, and I feel like are very important. So that's all I wanted to make on this video. I wanted to make it quick, short, to the point. Dream-wise, I can't really remember what I had for dreams last night, but they were okay. They're fine. I woke up on time with my alarm. It was a perfect rest. 8 hours, great. Went to bed around 10:30-ish, and I woke up at 6:30, so that's good. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I made this video shorter than 10 minutes, which is amazing, and I will see you later. Maybe I'll talk about what happens on to today, but I don't really know. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.